So welcome, ladies and gentlemen. If you are joining us here, it's the first day of the Major Qualifier, the PGL Major here, and this is game number 4, and we still have 4 more coming out after this, so it will be a long day, but it'll be well worth it. I mean, this qualifier is so stacked. There are so many good teams here. I don't know how it's going to turn out. It looks like Godsent are on their way towards the B bomb site. They felt the bomb fairly far back, so you can tell right now they're just scouting out all the positions and trying to see if they could find any stray Dignitas members, and Dignitas aren't giving them anything, so really sort of casual start here, I would say, with both teams.
They have a lot of space now, Godsent, to execute, because they've cleared out connector. They know that nobody's going to be able to rotate in quick back there, and so it's going to be the full rotate coming in from Dignitas. Croman will get a headshot, though, and so there's the man advantage going into this retake. Make that 2 and 3.
That's so big for Team Dignitas. The timing was so good for Godsent. They actually did that so well. I thought they were going to just wait for a long time, as teams sometimes do, you know, the first 35 seconds or something. And actually, their push into the B-bomb side was perfectly timed with Dignitas saying, listen, we'll just fall back and give up and, you know, go to the A-bomb side. So that they must have almost watched like a demo or something for that to be true. That was very
so
interesting. But Dignitas won anyway.
Thing is, Anders, you know, you got to kind of hit headshots.
Yes.
At some point. And you can get the bomb site for free, yes, but then you actually kind of need to kill the guys who are coming into the bomb site afterwards.
Yeah, most experts recommend that. 9 out of 10 experts say
like
headshots are important.
The coach role, you know, behind it's like, just get the headshots, guys. We'll do good. We'll do good. Just get the headshots.
But the buy afterwards, Tech9s and 1 UMP and quite a lot of Molotovs. So I mean, this is something that we see Astralis do really well, firebombing out the B-bomb site. Maybe there could be something similar here for Godsent, where they just try and catch out the right positions. But if you notice, they really have a lot of firepower. They aren't stacked with, you know, MP9s or anything like that. They're really ready for this one.
And they know Tensky's in connector. You can already see. Lekro looking for the headshot. Not quite going to find it. Tensky down to 77. That bomb site is open as well. Croman is holding super passive. So Godsent just need to kind of commit to this site. They've smoked them off. Get that bomb planted and ticking.
They used almost all of their utility. Twist has got a smoke, and that's it. Jacob is coming in from behind, and I think they should crack open the bomb set. They're trying to boost, and that tower gets knocked down immediately. Lekro and Schneider left. 2 versus 4 now. 1 versus 4. There's absolutely no chance that he can hold this. They're already defusing on the other side, and not the UMP won't help him either. He's just going to have to back off, and maybe they'll even catch him. Running out of bullets at the end. I mean, I think that's a brave attempt from Godsent, but not really worth it in the end.
I guess because they're getting the bomb plant. They're thinking, okay, well, at least we got that. But you feel like going for a force buy where you're buying off of a plant you got the round before, you're taking a bit of a risk. So,
yes.
And you didn't even really get that many kills either. So really the impact here is it allows for Dignitas to keep building bank. 3 players on Dignitas still floating around $3,000. So Dignitas should be feeling pretty good after this eco round that Godsent got coming at him.
Yeah, I think that's my big worry as well. If they had got the bomb plant and 3 kills on top, I would have said, oh, you know, maybe worth it. But 1 kill, not quite good enough. Rubino falling back, but actually there is still a push going on at long here. Jacob manages to get in there. Pronax somehow long range with just the P250 manages to pick up the kill, so that's a bit annoying. Now they're in a 3-on-3 and still should be their round, but this is kind of sloppy Counter-Strike out of Dignitas.
Yeah, I guess they're going for that OG style, right, where you know your opponents are pretty much hard ecoing, so go and beat up on them a bit. Problem is, if you lose Croman, he only had the UMP. You're fine with that, whatever, $1,200 it's all good. But the fact that they lost Jacob, that's a rifle that's now being handed over to Godsent to use as well. So that's a little bit more expensive. That's where Dignitas can get a little frustrated with themselves.
And Twist, he's single-handedly clearing out the bomb site. Footsteps are going to be heard any second now by Rubino, who's up there if he hasn't heard them already. So there should be a rotation coming in. Certainly he'll hear the bomb plant. A bit slow Dignitas. I thought Rubino would be maybe a bit quicker, but you can tell a lot of communication is going on actually. That little camera gives the whole game away. They've got a Molotov and a smoke still on Fox and Tensky, so they could definitely do this, but Fox is down and out. Twist with a shot, Lekro following up with a Deagle, and I guess that's it. Deagles are really all you need. Maybe you were onto something similar with the headshots being the way forward.
You get the headshots, Anders. You win the round. It's kind of freaky, especially when you have a Deagle that, you know, the hand cannon. Well, I guess it's a good thing for Dignitas. You know, they made all that money in the rounds previous to this one, so they will be able to get a buy out of here. It's going to be a bit touch and go for Rubino. He's got to stay with the CZ, but they still have 3 rifles and a UMP. That's, I don't know, man. We've had this discussion for ages, right, where teams that are hard ecoing, something just unlocks, they've got nothing to lose, and so they actually start hitting shots.
Yeah, but what's so strange is that Dignitas had Rubino pushed up towards Birthday, and then they had Jacob and Fox pushing long. So they had 3 men fighting all of Godsent over there. I mean, they should have the advantage. The fact that they didn't come out on top in that fight is just not good enough. That's definitely unacceptable. Now it's interesting. If they lose this round as well, Godsent are going to be feeling so good because they were actually in kind of a tough spot because they went, as you said, they went for that second round bye after having planted the pistols. So actually, Godsent were really far behind just a minute ago. Now, I don't know. They could go either way.
We can give that to Godsent. They've been very good about getting bomb plants so far.
Yeah.
That B side has been a festival for them. Just mad money all over the place. So is this? It looks like this is the time that they actually want to change it up. Pronax, the mastermind behind Godsent, the caller, looking like they want to try and apply some pressure towards this A site. 50 seconds left on the clock. And Twist, he will get pushed by Croman. So there's some info here for Dignitas at least. 2 guys outside of B site, and they see it clear.
Necro going to be sneaked around the other side. Jacob, easy enough frag there. And that's really important now. 5 versus 3. You're not really supposed to lose these, even though we've already seen that happen plenty of times today on Inferno. If you're in this kind of position, just lock it down. Make sure they have to fight to get the bomb site. Then if you have to, retake it 5 versus 3. But it shouldn't be much of a problem here. Sees the shadow, and Croman going to go for the early spray. Even the trade is going to be just fine in this position. And Rubino holding close with the C-set, 75. A little bit aggressive here. There's only 10 seconds left, but he stops the bomb. I guess that's all he needs to do. Schneider going to be the last one left. 1 versus 4, and time has simply run out here. He's going to be going down, and Dignitas win the round right back. So now it's just a really odd start. Like, I don't even know where this is going now. The money's all over the place. Two of the Godsent players have 5,000, and the rest have barely sort of 3, even under that. So
good. Freaking force buy. Just buy. You don't care at this point. You got 2 guys with the 5,000. Get those AKs in play, and then you saw what you're capable with the Digs. So get a look at this: 3 pistols, healthy mix, good utility, and 2 AKs to play off of here. Godsent have got to feel like they've got nothing to lose in this round. So hopefully we're going to see them bang in some headshots, and Dignitas are going to be on the ropes a little bit here, because otherwise Dignitas are going to be the one running the show.
I mean, even the kills for Godsent. 3 kills on Twist, 2 on Schneider, and then 1 on Pronax, Lecro, and Disco Doppler. That's potentially a problem. I mean, it's early days, but you want to see them really try and step it up here. Maybe a big opening into the bomb side. It seems like it's a similar approach as the last round, where they just, try for all the Molotovs, try and see if they can put them out of position. Great flashbang on Tensky, and he doesn't see a thing. He's going to go down, and Schneider turning around with a kill on Croman. Tensky hasn't killed anyone yet, and this time, no chance either.
What's interesting is that Dignitas are changing up how they're holding this B site. They've played a lot for the retakes so far in the beginning of this half. This time around, actually an aggressive setup from them. It kind of comes back to bite them, because Godsent, they have the man advantage now with the hold. This is a very difficult situation now for Team Dignitas to actually make work. It's almost just save territory. You got 3 guys still alive. Just back off and save your guns. Drop some UMPs for your teammates in the next round.
Yeah, unless you can get like a really fast kill, it probably would make more sense. They are still kind of feeling it, but giving away a couple of rifles here, and Rubino certainly going to go down as well. So the problem is, if you really want to try and retake that, even 3 versus 4, what you should probably have is grenades, right? And they had none of them, so how are you going to defuse? Even if you turned it into a 1v1, how are you going to get that defuse? No one knows. They don't either. 3-2 here, and Godsent, really, really big round for them.
Yeah, that's going to be that confidence builder. Tensky just flashed white. That's where you're so frustrated, right? You got to kick yourself. You're like, well, I guess it isn't my round. Or rounds. Or beginning of the half. Or match. I don't know. We'll see if he wakes up.
Yeah, well, that's it's got to be soon. Can't afford in a best of 1 to have anyone not fully woken up. That's always a problem.
That's important to be woke.
Yeah, it is. That's true. Well said. Praise Kang. It's Disco Doppler picking up 2 kills early on, and Jacob goes down. So I like the rush attempt from Dignitas. Didn't really work out.
No, but they're putting the pressure on. They're just hoping to not really let Godsent to get too comfortable. We're tied up 3-3 now, and Dignitas will be able to get that AWP in play on Fox, and that's going to be perhaps the game changer here for him. Just because Fox on the rifle, okay, but his job is to snipe. His job is to get in there and start hitting those shots at the AWP. And there is no op on Godsent's side as well to counter him with. So, going to be real curious to see what Pronax decides to throw at the defense here. Well, nobody saw that miss Molotov. Nobody saw that twist.
Just fireworks, really. Just there for the show. Keep the warmth.
Whoa. How did Jacob get lit? He's down to 10, 8.
He was having a fight with Lecro in Connector, I think. And it was really a deep fight, so pretty risky stuff from Jacob. Oh, all right. Twist taking down Croman. I guess that's really good news now. Potentially winnable.
That was clean. No! I thought he was going to do it again. All right, Twist making sure they were awake over here on the B side. And that has forced a rotation. You can see the extra man. It's Rubino rotated down now to back his teammate up on that B site. Oh, that's just Schneider making some noise over here towards Connector. But this is a 4v4. And look at the nade advantage for Godsent. They get to do whatever they want at this point. They have an edge. Being 4 players, they can crash onto a site. But they have all the nades now necessary for the execute.
They really do that. Some thorough work from Pronax. Want to make sure no one is absolutely hiding there. Now, what I'm really curious about is just the time that's left. That worries me. Under 40 seconds, and now they're towards the restrooms. This can actually get pretty bad, especially because actually Fox has got a Molotov on the A bomb side. He can win this round with 1 grenade if they don't get themselves together right now. They try and see if they can make it around the corner. Fox flashed out for the moment. Jacob, that's even buying more time now. 17 seconds left. And he's already put out the Molotov. Fox, a bit of a shame he didn't hold on to it. Gets the kill on Twist. Goes for another one. Misses that shot. He's going to get shot in the back now. 9 seconds left, and that's the bomb down. A huge amount of trouble here now for Godsent. Schneider's going to get the kill, but he can't do anything. There's so little time left. And it will be the round for Dignitas. That's not good enough. They needed to... You're right. They had so many grenades. They were at the playground when they had about 50 seconds. That's plenty of time. And then they just slowed it down so far that they couldn't get to the bomb site.
You have to wonder a little bit about that, whether it's the nerves that are coming in here for Godsent. You would have kind of expected... I mean, these guys, they still have quite a bit of experience on the team. Schneider, Pronax in particular. I mean, everybody's kind of tasted of competition, so you should think that, hey, you have that kind of advantage. Just press it. Don't let them get time to breathe. Let Fox get that AWP in play and find a pick and mid, right? So, one good thing for Team Dignitas is that they did save that AWP. Fox has got it to work with again. Not sure about his position, though. He's going to be here at restroom, peeking right into a bunch of people. And somehow he gets out of it intact.
Such a bold peek. It works out just fine, and he even manages to escape all the way back through the restroom. So, frustrating situation for Godsent. They probably wanted to punish him for that, and they just can't catch him. Now Jacob is here instead, and he's got very little backup. I would say just fall back, play with the rest.
Yep, play with Fox. He's got that off to watch you in restroom. If they try to push you in restroom, he's got support from the site itself, but it's just not going to happen. He's going to get a bit greedy. And well, now Fox hoping to turn this around. Minute left on the clock here for Godsent, and a trade already. Twist and Tensky going to town.
Still got the time for it. Still the 3-on-3. That's a nice pick off from Fox. Really seems to be on point with the AWP, which is a bad sign for everybody else. He even gets that kill on Disco Doblin. Schneider was actually firing at him, and he's going to be going down. It will be 5-3. So Dignitas really, I think, doing a good job. But the weird thing is just the economy for both teams is not looking good. I guess it's slightly worse for Godsent, who can't really buy in this round, but... I mean, Dignitas, they have 3,400 on Chrome, and that's the most they actually just spent the last, so they've got no money at all.
It's one thing that Godsent have got going for them is that they keep getting this down to like 2 surviving players for Dignitas.
Yeah.
And you're just not going to be able to save money if you're Dignitas at that point. Somebody, in this case Croman, right, has to go for an SMG, has to cut corners. Tensky as well. He's got the UMP this round. So what you want is you want to run into Fox this round. You want to make sure you're giving $100 kills to Team Dignitas. You do not want to run into the 2 UMPs, or the 2 SMGs, rather.
All right, Jacob slightly panicked. Actually, make that more or less completely panicked, but it does work out, and what a flashbang to save him as well. Jacob gets a triple kill in spite of the fact that it looked like he was about to completely lose his mind there. Twist not being allowed to connect with the AWP. Pronax still making this an expensive round, so this is super important for Godsent. 3 kills in this round is massive, and now... anything else is just a bonus.
This is a hard eco, Anders?
Yeah, this is outrageous for Dignitas.
So they won a round with the hard eco pretty much with Deagles. Now they've gotten 3 kills in this one here. Dignitas, this is a bit sloppy. 50 seconds left. And he will peek into Rubino. They get 1 kill with an SMG this round, Croman, and it really is Jacob who's getting $900 in his pocket. 2 rifle kills and a pistol kill for him. But those SMGs, sadly, not really getting too much into the fight. But we will have a pretty good buy coming in here for Dignitas. Good nade count, it looks like. A couple of kits picked up as well. What do Godsent have to work with here? Disco with the Galil. Why do people buy the Galil?
Just I was about to say, there's no good explanation for it, really. Just stop buying it. It's not worth it. I think in our little circle of matchmaking, we call it the regret buy. Because you buy it and you instantly realize, like, why am I doing this? Oh my god! Lecro says goodnight to Croman. This is something we've talked about a fair bit as well, people making that jump, you know. Before they updated the hitboxes, you could just do that all day, and ever since, it's just a big risk. That's just so good.
Why not? Shot, there we go. Clean execute onto the B site. Nice flash on Intensity, he's flash blind again! And 2 kills here for Godsent, just barreling onto the B site. That's how it's supposed to go. Twist goes down to Jacob, but that's not the end of the world here. Because Jacob can't really think about retaking 1v4, so he's going to try and look to save that gun. Can he get to wherever Fox was? Where did Fox die on the map? That would be a big save if he could actually find that AWP somewhere.
Yeah, you're right. That would certainly help them out, especially because they have no money at all. They're saving next round. All they have is M4. Oh, and with a grenade in his hand, they know where he is.
Schneider. If you don't get this kill, Schneider, you're going to be kicking yourself so hard, man.
I was going to say he's really worked for it, but he's surely not gonna survive this. He's trapped in the corner. They're coming in from every angle, and Pronex will take care of him. That's Dignitas back to saving, and the Godsent now. I mean, they're in position to do extremely well. This is such a good shot.
Yeah, Lecro, man, that was beautiful. Always so much fun to see that shot hit in particular.
Yeah.
Wow. Sad times. Sad times.
It's a shame he's not wearing his glasses while he's playing, because he sort of looks like a Swedish hitman or something when he's got them on. I kind of like it.
I'm just wondering at this point if they fully commit to the force buy here, Dignitas. It's kind of that all or nothing sort of decision that you can make at this point. Where and it is CSGO after all, so I mean you can try and just go for the hard invest into the round, stack a site.
Yeah, I mean. This isn't quite Inferno, where apparently now the way to win Inferno is to get 12 rounds on the T side or something like that. I just don't know what's going on, but I would say for this map, you know, if you're Dignitas, you're looking to get past 8 rounds on this first half, you know, 8 or 9 or something, and the way that this is going, that could be a really big problem. They can actually get completely crushed in this first half if Godsent win, not so much this round, but the next one, and actually they did buy in this round.
They did do it. Fox kind of chickened out a little bit. He left 1,500 in the bank. So he could have gone for UMP and really tried to make a difference there. But yeah, they're forcing it, man. This is it. We could be looking at Godsent getting up to 6 rounds. And that really turns this into an interesting first half for Godsent if they can get that deep into it. Disco Doppelin with the AWP. Disco. I just keep on, yeah.
What's your favorite, like, disco track?
It's got to be something from ABBA. I mean, I live in Sweden after all.
True.
It's a pretty safe bet.
Yeah, anything from ABBA is good. It's weird how that works out.
I heard this. I don't know if it's true or not because it sounds too good to be true, right? But I heard the other day that the reason why they were wearing such flashy costumes was to get around taxes, because the Swedish tax authority are so strict about, you know, like if you spend money on clothes, you can't wear it publicly, and so that's why they went so deep with the sequins and everything like that. So they're just like, well, yeah, obviously we're not going to wear this to a party, so clearly you could. I don't know, man. It sounds too good to me.
Fighting communism one fancy dress at a time. I love it. Pronax is going to be fighting to try and stay alive here. Almost being run over by Rubino, but he's holding his own. A good double kill here for the captain, and eventually they're going to make their way onto the B bomb site. Tensky not really able to do anything behind the sandbags. He's going to be going down as well. They only lose Lecro, and that will make it 6-5. And then Godsent again up against really nearly nothing here. Dignitas surely not going to be forcing a second time. I'm not even a fan of them doing it the first time around, but maybe that's just me.
Fox hard ecos this round. He's got that AWP in the next one, so he really shouldn't be messing around with it.
Oh.
Don't do it. Yes. Oh, wait. Hold on. I guess they were late on the timeout call?
Yeah, I think they wanted to call a timeout on the Godsent side, but they kind of messed it up. So that's on them, and that's a bit of a shame, I guess.
Mind games, maybe? Yeah, keep Dignitas guessing. Was it a timeout? Was it not? What does it mean, Anders?
Yeah,
What does it mean?
Get them frustrated. I mean, they didn't really seem like they needed a timeout now anyway, because they must be able to guess that they're going to be up against pistols here. If they're keeping track of anything. Either way, they're going to know in a second, so should be a fairly clean round here. They are walking to a stacked side, but even then, I'm not going to make too much of that. I don't think it's going to matter, really.
Is that enough to throw them off here, Godsent? Now they're getting peeked from sewers. They don't have too much of the map control outside of this B site at this point. You do have Pronax kind of lurking his way towards connector, so he'll start getting a little bit more info for his teammates here in a minute. But it looks like they aren't going to wait around. Dignitas looking to take the fight to him. Jacob finds the first, but then Schneider wrecks house. And yeah, that's clean. We'll take it. We'll take it.
Just a moment of panic, but then everything sort of calms down. And now, yeah, now we do have the technical timeout. The tactical, I believe, timeout for Godsent. So, hey, it's not a bad way to take it. You've got 4 to work with in one best of 1 anyway, so you might as well just take a moment to breathe. Try and see if you can get past, because this is really the big round for Dignitas. You know, they had the Force, that didn't work. Now they've had an Eco, that didn't work. Now, if they don't win this round, it's going to be Godsent jumping from what, like 4-6 to 8-6, essentially. Like, that's just such a massive leap that you can't do anything about. You just have to be like, oh, well, I guess the first half is just done then. That's really frustrating.
Dude, I'm impressed with Jacob so far, though. 119 ADR. That's pretty slick.
Yeah, he's a bit of a robot like that. He's a strange player, I feel like, because he's got such raw mechanical skill that you watch him sometimes and it's just so impressive. But then he seems to be sort of the person who really needs guidance, like really needs someone to tell him when not to do stupid things.
Whoa, what was that? A messed up Molotov as well.
Yeah.
They're messing these up fairly often, but Fox, again with that AWP, they really do need to do everything they can to keep him with that op on Dignitas' side, because it seems like he's able to find at least a kill around with it when he has that sniper rifle, which is so important for him.
Oh.
That was close.
It was close. I almost wonder if Schneider hadn't made the jump, if he had just rushed, could he have got the angle on Fox? We'll never know. They are setting up outside of long here. You wish that they could go for one of those cool triple Na'Vi boosts. That has fallen a bit out of style, and Fox will linger around and get another kill. This is so hard to play against if you're Godsent, because you just want the control of the restroom so you can either rotate back to B if you feel like it, or at least execute with the smokes. And even though you've got the control, it's like every once in a while, he's just going to peek in and take one of your guys away, and that's part of the puzzle missing all of a sudden. It must be frustrating for the Swedish side here.
What is this aggro play from Fox? Fox, you've gotten 2 kills. Now you've got a third. Godsent don't even know what's happening anymore. Croman, he's got the perfect position, but he doesn't even need it. Jacob has got the open angle on long. Picks up the first kill, and Croman should be picking up the next one. No, Jacob, dude, it's just Fox and Jacob round. There we go. Big work from them, and they're going to save it in the end. 7-6 now for Dignitas. They've got that map, that round lead.
Yeah, very, very well done. I mean, I'm actually a fan of Fox doing this, and there's only some players where I feel like it's warranted that you do it. Like Fallen is another one. If you're good enough, if you're aggressive, Henny, maybe something like that, you know, if you're really aggressive as an AWPer, and this is, I mean, it seems weird, but this is your comfort zone, then I'm like, do it. Just, you know, try and play that way, but it can obviously backfire.
Isn't the op just like 100% confidence, basically?
Yeah.
Like, you just got to feel it the way Fallen does, the way Kenny does, or JW, right? When they're playing on their game, they are frightening. Because they just take risks. They know that they're going to hit the shot when the chance is there. It's impressive from Fox.
Yeah, just a real delight to see, and it's got them at least back in the lead. Attempted boost on the other side, but it's become so common that Swiss is looking for it.
Jacob actually hit that shot from Toxic. Well, okay then, Jacob.
Oh, did he?
Slick. Because that was Rubino up in rafters. So Jacob, man, that is clean. That's some awareness right there.
It's not bad at all. Fox is going to be creeping in at the edge of the smoke, and again, very aggressive. He could be run down, but we'll see if they have any good grenades to get rid of him. If they just walk out with nothing, that could be dangerous. He's going to turn around for the flashbang and get the leg shot on Lekro. Grenade to follow. I think it's going to go too far to really do any damage, but he's not falling all the way back. He wants to fight them close range and almost gets the shot, but Disco Doppler going to do him one better in a 4-on-4 now with 40 seconds left.
He's got the leg. Rubino's in position already. Rotation's coming in from the B site, but 2 excellent headshots. That's how it's done. Godsent clearing out that A site, and now with the 2-man advantage, are they even going to try for the retake here, Team Dignitas? They can't get to the AWP. Do they have the money in the bank to be able to buy another one? They don't. Man,
they need these rifles in the next round, which is the last round of the half. So, yeah, they're just hoping for a big mistake from Godsent. Well, why would they? They've been all right, Godsent, at playing the upper part in the sense that they haven't been taking too many risks here. Schneider just going to lose his life, but Jakim, can he run far enough away? That's the problem with this A bomb site, is that you have to escape under the bomb zone. So he's fallen all the way back towards the ledge. Is it going to be quite far enough? It will be. It's really scary when you're trying to run underneath the bomb like that. 7-7 though, tying up the scoreline, moving into the 15th round. All these games today have just been really close.
Surprisingly so. I mean, there we go. The shots from Jacob.
Yeah.
That's sick. He saw it coming, man. He's like, you guys want to keep coming towards this B side? Well, okay, then. We'll be ready for you. A little bit frustrating. But we're going into the last one here. Fox not going to have the money for the AWP, as we pointed out. And so it's pretty much mano a mano. 5 AKs. A FAMAS bought by Rubino for shame. Croman's got the right idea with the UMP.
Oh my god, the pre-fire or the blind spray coming out of Schneider. That's just frustrating for Croman, because that was actually just a really good flashbang. But
that was perfectly timed, wasn't it? That's all you're thinking, like Croman's hitting that timing perfect. Turns out it's predictable. Schneider, he was ready. Thing is, Anders, I gotta ask you a serious question. This is gonna be a little bit of down period here. Would you have been Punk or Disco back in the day? Because, you know, it was either one or the other, right?
Listen, I mean, Punk had they had cool accessories and everything, but Disco had rollerblades. That is way cool. That's way cool.
Good answer.
There's no doubt, like, rollerblades just win 100% of the time.
Rollerblades in the lights.
Yeah. I mean, you know, you form those lines, people dance in them. Like, that's so cool. I wish I was there. Wish you could recreate that moment. Tensky will be going down. This has just not been his half at all. He's really been struggling on this B-bomb side. And Godsent, you know, massive lead, 5 versus 2, and yet they're really composed. They've got the time, and they're not making any mistakes here. So this is the sort of stuff you really want to see out of Godsent at this point in time. Just don't screw anything up in this kind of with this kind of an advantage. And actually, Twist try to close the game. We can make for an allowance there, unless Jakim's going to 1v5 them.
Yeah, exactly. We've seen it happen in the past, Anders. But today, Pronex has got the off angle on him as well. If he comes around that corner,
yeah, it's just too much, isn't it?
What? How does he get that shot on Pronex? All right.
But yeah, with 4 bullets left as well, so could have gone wrong. But either way, interesting first half here. Really a lot of back and forth, and Jacob is reaching for it, and it won't work. 8-7 in favor of Godsent. And I think that's just a terrific first half. I think they're going to be very happy with that, especially the way that it started. Sort of slightly weird. So, yeah, I think they're going to be in a good position here.
It should be, right? Because this is going to play off of what the analysts were commentating on before this match even started. You know, Dignitas, fairly new roster, not a whole lot of experience together quite yet as a unit. And so will they have that polished T-side execute going into Overpass? Because now that's where it flips. They really needed to get the lockdown on CT side, give themselves a good advantage going into the second half. Because now it's all going to be about the offense.
I like the fact that they put the observer name in there. It's DJ doing the observing, and they actually got the little picture and everything. That's good. Massively, massively underrated. You guys have no idea how much. I mean, I guess some of you do, but generally speaking, it's a really underrated role, and for a number of reasons. Obviously, you guys want to catch all the cool kills and everything, but it's so hard to cast Counter-Strike if you have someone who's not good at observing. It really makes your job as a caster much harder. So, yeah, we appreciate it for sure. And Heather is here as well, obviously, which is two of, I think, the best observers that we currently have in the game. And, yeah, it's good. It's really good. So I'm glad that PGL are giving them a bit of a shout-out.
Well, that PGL are flying them over from the States.
Yes, that too.
To incurring the cost.
Yeah, I think that's. I think it's well worth it. Like, it's absolutely worth it to do that in terms of how the overall sort of feel of watching a game just improves so much. 16th round is coming up here, and we do have Godsent now on the CT side. Dignitas on the T side. I think there was just a tech issue, some sort of audio issue. You can see Schneider is complaining about stuff. They've got it covered, though. I'm sure they'll figure it out. What would you have picked, Disco or Punk?
I was already Punk back in high school, dude. It was pretty much Punk.
All right. That was the cool
bad
stuff.
brains, and it was pretty much, that was it.
All right.
I used to roadie for my friends' bands that I could get into the shows for free. because because well, long story short, they had great like the guys in his band, their parents were punk at the time when it was actually punk in LA.
When it was
so like
right.
TSOL and all those and so they would be just playing at baller ass shows with like all these great punk bands, and I was just like, if I carry your guitar, I could get into the show for free. I'll carry both of the. I'll carry all the guitar. You need help with that? Like, I'll just come in, no problem.
That's an easy trade.
That was the best, man. Those were a sick couple of years.
Excellent. Well, fair enough. Fair enough.
I even had a mohawk, Anders.
You even had a mohawk?
There's no photos though.
There
are no photos. There's no photographic proof, sadly.
That's such a shame.
But yeah, it was before the selfie days.
All right. Yeah, we did miss a lot of history. I am glad though. I feel like, with the amount of mistakes that I made in my life between like the age of 12 and 20 or something, maybe even further, I'm just glad that there's like no internet record of any of that, you know? It's just a good thing.
Everybody with their smartphones these days, you have no idea. You had a phone back then, the screen was orange, the letters were black, and it was maybe like a centimeter high, right? That was your phone, you know? It was just like you call somebody with your phone. There were no cameras, you know, built into it. Oh, gotta snap that. I feel so old now.
Yeah, that happens. It does.
The game back then was Snake, and maybe Snake 2. That was when Snake 2 came out. I was like, oh,
the revolution.
It's crazy how fast smartphones have come along, man. It's insane.
Yeah, I'm actually thinking about getting a new one, but the problem is every time you tweet, you just get like 100 million replies and everyone saying this is by far the best phone, but then like another 100 people saying the opposite. So I'm confused. I'll figure it out eventually. We do have still a technical issue being worked out, and I think they've got to restore the game. So it'll be real quick though. And ultimately, the best news is that right at the beginning of the half, right? So it's not like you know they were going to have a bit of a pause anyway. So it's not the end of the world here. I am curious about how this is going to play out for dignitas. I think they're going to have a harder time, I think, trying to come up with like good ways to break through. And some of the stuff they're going to run into on the Godsent side, I think, I think some of the individual skill on Godsent is going to shine in some of these positions.
Right.
Like Lekro and Disco Doppelin and Twist even, I think are going to be pretty good at just locking down whatever positions that they're in. And then, I don't know, I'm interested. And also, the way that Fox is AWPing, that aggressive style, doesn't always translate into the CT side to the C side for some reason, because you have to sort of go and find people, and if your team isn't ready to make the opening for you, then it's not going to work as well. So I'm kind of worried about that, but I'd love to be proven wrong.
It feels like it forces a slower gameplay, right? I mean, the most refined, I guess, you know, it always comes to mind where it was like Navi and Guardian, where they'd literally be like a 4-man squad around Guardian, and then they would move as a turret and just clear the way for Guardian to find the pick. And then it was like, oh, okay, now we can execute or whatever, right? But, I mean, that requires your team to be built that way, to really play around that kind of guy. And I don't know if CS is like that structured anymore, right? Where a lot of players, they're going to be looking for those duels.
Yeah, it's been so long, I feel like, since I've been even casting a game with Guardian playing. Like, I feel like that's just been a long time. Well, maybe soon. The 16th round is coming up here. We've sorted out all of the issues, so thanks to the admins for clearing that up. If you're just joining us, then this is the second half. This best of one. This is the 4th game of the day. We still have 4 more coming up at the PGL Major Qualifier, and all of the games are important. They all matter. There's absolutely nothing that you can miss in all of this. So many good teams that are here, and I think even more teams that have potential to upset and do weird things. I mean, Tyloo almost beat Liquid on his pro. Absolutely wild, yes. Rush into the B bomb site. Very common. The bomb is already down, and Croman going to be getting the kill on Pronax. That's a great start.
Lekro shouldn't get a chance. Yep. A little bit of an overstep there. That was by Fox. Gave him a chance, but
look at that deep smoke.
Dude, this is sick. This is pretty similar to what Godsent threw at them in their T-side pistol. Only difference is Godsent, they're hitting headshots now. We're back into a 4-on-4, but Dignitas, what is this? Now it's all the CT side, just hitting headshots left and right. Rubino dancing, but he's not going to stay alive.
This is really strange. Dignitas not able to back each other up at all. Tensky running back, he gets a headshot on one. The bomb being defused, but Lekro comes off it for a minute. Tensky getting one more kill, and now there's no time left. Tensky to save the round with a triple kill at the end. And listen, he's got overall 6 kills. 3 of them were in this round. If you want to talk about impact, like what a time to actually do something in this game. Probably also about time, but you know,
it depends on how you word it, right?
Yes, it does.
But you're right, man. That's the high impact stuff. That's where it's like it's so difficult. That's why it's so difficult to find the proper stat, to really say it all, right? The proper rating and all that, because yeah, Tensky, he made up for a lot there. They pick up the pistol. They're tied up 8-8. They get to buy straight off here, Dignitas, and Fox going for a Galil instead of a UMP. Again, not really sure about that. Just because get the UMP, make the money go towards that op. Get that op and play as fast as possible if you're Fox, I'm thinking. But what's also a concern here for Godsent is that this means that Disco is going to have to work pretty hard to be able to get that off. I mean, he is saving a little bit more money in this round. But it's still not a guarantee.
I do love the fact that dignitas are making their way towards long at least. I think that's the preferred position if you're going to be playing against pistols. We'll see if that Deagle on Disco could do anything. He's going to realize really soon that they're not in a good position here. In fact, they're just going to get overrun. Almost no way to survive this if you're standing on the other side of this wall. Will be 2 quick kills happening. Where are the grenades coming in from Dignitas? Would have thought they would have thrown at least 1 flashbang at some point, but it was all smokes, and now the bomb is down, and they're in a terrible mess here. That's a big misstep on the Dignitas side. Tensky is going to be getting a kill, but they both go down. Listen, they had 3 men stacked at the corner. They had more people behind them. The people furthest away, all they have to do is throw 1 flashbang, and then that's it. They win the round immediately. Like, there's absolutely nothing that Godsent can do to win after that. And they just didn't. They just decided to face peek it instead, and you pop your face out like that. It's too much of a temptation for Godsent,
Dude, with Lecro hitting 1-deeks left and right, it's like, okay then, boy. Okay. That last one, man, that was clean. But, well, I guess that's just how it can work as well, Anders. That's the thing. There's no guarantee. You win the pistol, you lose the pistol. It doesn't actually really matter anymore.
No, apparently not.
Because the Godsent are the ones who have got the guns, and they are the ones who are forcing Dignitas into a bit of a sticky situation here. And this is definitely not what Dignitas are looking for. Again, touching on the fact that they're still figuring out their T side on most maps. The score's a bit too close for them to be happy about this situation.
This round here, that's one hell of a grenade.
Ouch.
They even have armor, and it still did that much damage to 3 people. That must just be awful if you're on the Dignitas side. Nice boost. Usually something that happens in retakes this, but he's doing it at the beginning of the round. I don't know if they're going to really recognize that. Jacob goes down. There's the bomb as well. And Disco Doblin doing a fine job here. This is really anybody's game right now. It'd be great if they could get a bomb plant, at least get the money here. Tensky trying his best, and he's going to be successful for a minute at least.
They will do. Pronax, throw away. Why is Pronax defusing? Go and find yourself an AK or something here, mate.
Yeah.
Seriously. Do not hold on to that, Galil. Don't hold on to it. There we go.
Much better. They were catching on. They were ready eventually.
Plenty of time. Go and get all the utilities, whatever you want. Upgrade your pistols. Save some Skrilla.
Save the Skrilla. Is that what Duncan would say?
Bit of a nod to the Duncan. He's not here right now.
The Duncan.
The Duncan.
Let's not call him that. Sounds like some sort of religious figure.
Right?
He will start a cult one day and just, it'll end badly, of course, for everybody else, not for him, but yeah. It's a bit of a shame. I think Disco Dublin's score has been reset, so if we look at the scoreboard at any point, don't worry about the fact that he has 4 kills. He doesn't really. That's just because he had to disconnect and come back in. It happens. 19th round here. 2-round lead for Team Godsent. It's not what they're called, is it?
What are you doing?
I don't know. Twist is waiting on the stairwell, and Jacobs making a lot of noise, but also hitting the headshot with a deagle. That's a remarkable shot. And Twist now, is he going to find the right timing? He's not quite sure. He's now a bit exposed, actually, but he'll get away with it. That could have backfired, I think.
Yeah, really nicely done, actually. Showing some restraint. I like it. Backs off, stays alive, and he'll be able to come in at a later time. And now he is making his play into the mid. Twist is there for the headshot on Tensky, and Lecro finds Fox. But the bomb, once again, Dignitas are getting pretty good at this, getting this bomb planted. That's one thing that they have going for them, at least. So, a little bit more money going into the next round. Jeez. Oh. Okay, then.
A strafing headshot. It's not bad at all. But again, at least Dignitas got the bomb plant down. That's something to work with, I believe. Plenty of money in this round, especially if they wanted the AWP on Fox. They actually could get it this time. And maybe we could see that kind of a play where they sort of use it to open with. They're not going to do it, but it's a bit of a shame. Yeah, I would still like to see that on a map like Overpass. Have him creep around and try and take a fight with someone. That could be a fun way to get started. The fact that they choose the AK instead when they hand 5900 makes me think that maybe it's going to be more of a contact play. Lurk around a bit until you run into someone and then go all in.
Yeah, look at this. 4 players already making their way towards B. There's the short Molotov going to go down to try and block any kind of aggression coming in from Godsent towards Sours and Tensky. He will get smoked, but at the same time, there is nobody there. So eventually, once that smoke clears, Team Dignitas will be able to take their time, clear out connector, and set up for this B play.
The best thing about those face cams is that you can see when they're talking. So you get a sense, and I mean, this is the big disappointment of Counter-Strike in some ways, is that like 80% of the game is that, you know, is the communication that happens that we can never hear, and then the good news is the last 20% is still so amazing that it's worth, you know, everything, but like a lot of it is just hidden beneath the surface in all of that team play. So I'm kind of glad, even if we can't read their lips or anything, it's still kind of interesting to see who's talking and how much they're actually communicating. You can clearly see Rubino sort of saying he's ready, I'm ready, but yeah, I've got the grenades out, let's go.
Yeah.
54 seconds is where they pop everything, and now they're going to have to stop down though for a minute here. Molotov buying good time, nice play on Godsent, sign the boost coming into it. The bomb is dropped as well, Schneider hitting the headshot on Rubino and trying for a bit more. The crab spray actually working out just fine, and Tensky, there's no chance here. He's blocked in behind the box. The bomb is on the other side. They just have to wait. They literally don't have to do anything until they hear the bomb being planted.
That was so sick from Schneider. Definitely thinking he would have at least only got the 1, but managing to pick up 2 kills in a hot spot like that. Tensky going to change it up. Maybe try and turn this into a headshot fight if somebody stayed high. He doesn't have the most HP, and he has no utility either. 10 seconds left. Yeah, he's just going to kind of run in here and hope that he's going to... Wow!
Okay.
Nice shot, Pronax. Instant death.
Yeah, Pronax actually, he's on 15 kills, tied with Twist, and not that far away from Schneider, who's at 20. That's really well. That's well done. Because you remember, there was a time when Pronax just seemed like an anchor for this team. Like he was not in a good sense, but
yeah,
was
not,
just
not
so weighing them down, right? So nice if he can come back and play a bit better. I like it. I want that.
I want Pronax back, man. He needs to get back up into the top tier. Start laying waste again. Let's go. 12-8. And yeah, you can see a bit of the frustration mounting there. Dignitas calling for their tactical timeout. This is their second one. And I mean, they have Zevez behind them as well.
Yeah.
With the coach role here for Team Dignitas. This will
another
be his
Norwegian.
chance. Exactly, his chance to actually start figuring it out.
I think you get a really good sense for how disjointed the whole push becomes when that Molotov lands on short or the L bend here in that, because Dignitas are outside B. They throw all the grenades and everything, and then 2 of them push in from L-bend, the other 3 through Monster Tunnel. But as soon as the guys on L-bend call in and say, oh, there's a Molotov, we can't push in, then what do the guys in Monster do? You know, they're already committed to the bomb side. Like, it just becomes such a weird fight at that point in time. Very aggressive move coming out of Schneider here in the 21st round. And if Godsent win this one, they're going to be so far ahead. Dignitas has used all their money to buy AKs and 3 smokes. That's a big problem, not having more grenades.
I love this from Dignitas, though, basically declining to take the fight. As they were both heading, there was going to be a headlong collision there for a second until all that utility started coming out from Godsent. I think that kind of ticked, that seemed a little off for Dignitas because they didn't run out into the open. They didn't try and find a duel there. So some good restraint again coming in from Dignitas.
Really, really nice move from Tensky shooting through that wall. It's one of the spots in this game that people really rarely use, and the fact is you can shoot people all the way up on the A-bomb side if you know the angle. There's so many positions there. That wall is much thinner than it seems, so definitely well worth it. Even with the AWP, I think it does like 86 or something if you shoot through that wall. So
ouch.
It's like headshot for sure, you're dead immediately.
It's like a leg shot though. That's sick.
Yeah.
That's a lot of damage. This is going to be big here though. Disco, can you hit the shot? Oh, he gets unintentionally shows what she can. Well, Crowman, what 2 shots from Crowman.
What a transfer. I'd love to see that second kill from his point of view. That seemed like it was very quick indeed. Lecro unable to stop the bomb from going down, and as soon as it does, you have to imagine this Dignitas winning the round. Nice shot from Lecro, and there's a rotation coming in from Pronax. If Lecro gets 1 more kill right now, he actually gets the spray on Tensky now. There's a chance, but Pronax can't come in with the flank, otherwise That may have been it. Good Molotov there, but they can still peek him. And indeed they will. He's going to tap the bomb once. Maybe he can make this expensive. More spray coming through. Rubino very nearly dead. Right on the other side, he's going to get the kill. And now he's down and out. Chroman with a good triple kill. But that's very expensive. And Godsent have the money to buy anyway. So it's worth it, I think. They made that really expensive. And if Pronex had lived, who knows?
Yeah, if Pronex is... Yeah, exactly. If Pronex lives at that point. I mean, what about if Tensky gets the kill there? That was... yeah, this was unreal round here from Chroman. Those 2 opening kills. But Lekro getting the kill here on Tensky next?
Yeah.
That's unbelievable. It should end with Lekro going down. It's a little bit of a mistake there from Tensky, allowing it to get a bit closer than it should be and a bit more expensive for his team. But they saved the AWP for Fox on Dignitas, so he has that going for him.
Double grenade right to the brain. That's gonna give you a headache, isn't it?
He's got like 2 neurons left, you know.
Yeah.
There you go.
See, this is how I originally tried to wallbang that wall, is because you can shoot people when they're here. Like that boost, that's why I wanted, because you remember for a while, this boost was so effective.
Yep.
And people, exactly, this smoke makes it really hard to stop it from the other side, but you can just wallbang it from inside of the stairwell, and it's not hard to aim at all.
I would give so much for Tensky, who's walking up, to just do that wallbang right now.
Yeah, it's...
How next level?
I think, so I might have the math wrong on this, but I think if you shoot at that angle, the AK bullets are still around 11 to 12 damage. That might sound like a lot, but a headshot means you just have to hit 1 or 2 headshots and people are in a lot of trouble there. So it's still worth it even at that weird angle. Twist in the corner hiding, and his feet are on fire, and actually all of him is now. He's down and out. So 3 versus 4, and Tensky, Fox, and Rubino are left here. If they get reset now, Team Dignitas, God help them.
Yeah, it's gonna.
But not Godsent help them.
Yeah, exactly. They're not going to be much help. Oh, the lineup. Lekro manages to pick up 1. We're into a 2-on-2, but there's still a man alive on the site. That's Schneider, and Schneider hasn't missed many shots so far this match. Big kill there on the Tensky. And now it's Fox, 1v2. 20 seconds left. Looking to see if he can get that bomb plant. And he's just going to go ahead and plant default. I like that Schneider's playing very patient here as well. He's just waiting for his teammate to get in there to back him up. And they've got a smoke on Pronex as well. So this is going to be tough for Fox. Kind of want to see him try and trade out to a rifle if he can find one.
Yeah, it'd be nice if we could have both, you know, start off with the AWP, but Schneider actually crouching next to the trash bin and somehow making it work. That's a bit interesting. That's the reset, and a lot of trouble now for Dignitas. How do you come back from this? It's 13-9. You don't really have the money. You just won around, and now you're back to losing. This isn't good.
You kind of wonder. There's a bit of talk going on over there. It looks like we had the other team voting for a timeout. What is that?
That's Godsent.
Godsent going for the timeout. Now, I guess because Macioso is doing a bit of talking behind him.
Yes, this is something that we've started to see recently, especially a team that's been doing it so much is obviously Astralis. They win like a big clutch, then they pause to get everyone to... I mean, we talked about this a bit, Henry and I, and it was, you know, this whole idea that you get all the adrenaline pumping in your blood, and then you sort of want to, you know, for everyone to calm down. That was Henry's approach there. I think that makes sense.
Definitely.
Something that we should probably investigate more. Someone send the journalists to interview the players.
Go find out. Talk to Glaive. Be like, Glaive, is this it? And now he's actually just going to be like, actually, no, we're just messing with him.
Yeah.
Just messing with him.
Just doing it for the lols.
But that's got a strong point to it, because when you have that adrenaline in you, it's, you know, it's hard to get that focus going back where you can calm down and actually think through.
Yeah, and you don't want to go on that sort of like really high, and then you get upset and you lose, and then you go on a big low, and everyone's like, oh no, but everything was going so well. So yeah, I think it makes sense.
I think the Brits onto something.
Yeah. It's rare, but it happens. Fox goes down. I was going to say Disco Dublin. That's a really bold position to be in, but they didn't really overpower him. So now he's surely going to be checking for this advanced position, although he's weirdly boxed in. Backup is coming. Twist goes down, so not from that angle, I suppose. And Jacob, we said, really good with the mechanical aim. Going to be taking down Disco Dublin. Not like this.
Yeah.
Godsent, not like this.
Another hard eco, basically, with the Eagles. And this is where it can get fun. Smoke goes down, completely ineffective. That's a bit interesting, and that opens it up for Jacob to get another shot. Schneider is down. That's right. He just dumped him down the toilet. Oh, man, there's perfect timing, Jacob.
It really is.
Timing.
Listen, I'm gonna call
showed.
hacks on that one.
No,
The
no, you went full
Deagle,
Austin Powers there, man.
the Deagle does not work like that when I use it. There's no way you can spam that second bullet and hit a shot. It's, I don't know.
And it's, you realize like that scene in Austin Powers is probably like 3 minutes of my favorite movie making ever.
Why am I not surprised?
Who does Mr. 2 work for? That's right, you tell that turd who's boss.
Oh my
It's
god.
so good.
Pronax getting the clutch in eventually, as he should. He was in a good position on the bomb side. A triple kill again. Pronax stepping it up massively. And Godsent winning the round, which they should have from the beginning.
Yeah.
But they were straying a bit far from the target then. Dignitas, I mean, in spite of that, Dignitas just actually made it possible for them to come back into the game, because 2 people survive on Godsent. That means they have to spend quite a bit of money in this round. And Dignitas can buy, so if they just win this round, then really only Disco, Doblin, and... No, not even Pronax.
No, dude, these guys are broke.
Wow, they're even more broke than I thought.
This is going to be big. This is it. And the countdown is over, 14-9, and we're getting into the thick of things. Pronax goes for that FAMAS again, questionable, but okay. And they're just spending all of their money now here. Both teams. And this would be a very interesting call coming in here, actually, from Dignitas if they wanted to go for a very quick execute onto the B site. They haven't really tried that too often. Within like the first 30 seconds of the round, just get in there fast. Not a full-on rush, but just staggered. And here we go, Krumman taking point. This might catch Godsent off guard.
They should know, because Disco Doblin is so far pushed up, but they haven't really adjusted to it yet. Lekro gets a kill, but Pronax is going to go down immediately, and that's a really forward position. It probably would have caught Jacob off guard, but then Fox peeks from the other angle, and he can't do anything to get back. There is still a flank, as we're seeing that picture-in-picture. It's great stuff. Disco Doblin, if he can pick up a frag, they can maybe try for the retake, and there it is. Fox going to be going down. Now they have to be quick about it, though. 3-on-3 for the retake. The Molotovs are already raining in, and Jacob so far back. It's such a strong position here. I'm not sure this is going to work out too well for the Godsent team, but Twist did get a kill. Tensky picking up a headshot, and Schneider, no chance really. Has to just fall back here. That's big now. 10 rounds for Dignitas. The money's been reset for Godsent. All they have is the AWP. This game is suddenly a bit more interesting.
Did we miss a memo, Andrews? Like, did an email go out to everybody today? By the way, guys, every map has to be 30 rounds or overtime. So you've had 2 overtimes and a 30-rounder so far today. So,
Valve match fixing.
yeah, let's go. 14-10. And Dignitas, I mean, now they have control of the economy. If Godsent were to lose this round, they've gone for the force buy here. And it's just going to get more and more difficult, allowing for Dignitas to keep closing the distance here. And Dignitas, they have changed it up. This time it's passive over towards B. Said it's going to be action top of mid, and Disco Doblin, he's in here with that FAMAS. He's looking to find a shot. He's going to get it. Crowman is gone, but that's all he gets. 1-for-1 trade, and this definitely favors Dignitas.
Yeah, a bit of a shame that nobody from Godsent can go and pick up any of these guns. And if Jacob is smart about it, he's going to try and throw them over the edge somewhere. Get that AK out of there, get the FAMAS away so that no one can rotate in. Still 3-on-4, but I don't think he has, so I'm going to make a mental note of that from Jacob. I think he could have definitely done it. Now instead, Pronax going to be putting up a smoke. He will land behind them. And you know where he is. Some damage being put in, some team damage as well. Pronax does eventually go down, and so will Necro. That could have gone out of control.
What's going on here? That's insane. I definitely think the Pronax, especially because he threw that smoke out, they knew exactly where he is. The fact that he survives that long is unreal. Shot, maybe. Looking for the wall bang. That would have been brutal. Instead, it's going to be Twist getting instantly hit. Wow.
With the AK that Jacob didn't throw away.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I don't want to be that guy that told you so guy, but I am.
You keep needling him. Keep it up.
Well, regardless, it looks like Godsent on. That would obviously be the ultimate, karma coming back. But they'll save the AK, they'll save the AWP. Pretty good job on Godsent here. Dignitas winning the round. Snyder, are you gonna wait for it? I was hoping he'd go for a wall bang. Either way, takes down Jacob, and Rubino explodes with the bomb. So I think they got really almost max out of this round that they really could. 14-11, and Dignitas, they win the round and they have to expend their whole bank just to rebuy here, including limited grenades on at least a couple of players. That's definitely disappointing.
Rubino, do not buy a Gale.
Don't do it.
Ah, he just goes for the AK and flash. Okay, okay. Doesn't want to get the utility. They're a little light on the nades, to be fair here. Dignitas, 3 guys. Pretty much only 2 flashes between 3 guys. It's not a whole lot. Whereas Godsent, they have gone for the eco Anders. They're going to be playing off that AWP and that AK. The rest of the team have hardly invested anything at all here in this round, so I like to see that. Godsent want to snuff Dignitas' hopes in the next round.
We'll see. There's still a chance that that AK could be the Karma AK that comes back to haunt them. It's got the kill there on Rubino. This is what happens, Samler, when you don't follow the rules. Don't do as you're supposed to. Jacob trying to see if he can push out Schneider there with the AWP, but now they're rushing in. Croman gets a kill. Tensky with the refrag as well. Absolutely amazing. And again, two AKs left here for Godsent, but Dignitas making the right call. And they should save these. I mean, they're going to have money next round, Godsent, but why not have a bit more?
So why not have the AKs?
Yeah.
You get that one-shot headshot in there, and you're going to be seeing pretty sad Dignitas. There's the headshot coming in from Twist. Speak of the devil. And Croman, he's pinned on the site, and he is very low. He could get that, if he can get the pre-fire into bank, it's possible.
Disco Doblin actually just picked up a defuse kit as well. Picking up the AWP instead, and not hitting the shot. And that's going to be the retreat being called here for Twist. Has to fall back eventually, so they make it a bit expensive, but I think that was a good call eventually. Like, not too much messing around, which people tend to do, especially you lose Twist right at the beginning of the round.
Yeah.
And Twist gets a kill right at the beginning of the round on Rubino, I believe. Then that's usually when people slow it way down. So Dignitas just thought, nope, we're just gonna go for it.
It's just a shame that that flash was on Schneider.
Yeah.
Because he had the AWP, so he's holding an angle, but he's also the only one with the flash. Imagine a flash in that take. If Team Dignitas are getting anti-flashed as they run in, then all of a sudden those pistols, you can really get the value out of them. Because he was trying to make it work with that AWP. They weren't really able to get that flash in there, which can really turn the tide. So unfortunately for Godsent, and unfortunately for Schneider, he wasn't able to hit that shot. They do save his AWP though. So it looks like he'll be the one using it, not the Disco. And we have the open play on Fox, so let's see.
Flashbangs all over the place in the beginning. So Godsent have been very aggressive, and you can sort of tell that Dignitas are really worried now. Like, they're spending a lot more grenades in this area of the map just to clear it out. So that's like a little bonus for the CT side when they've already done it a couple of times. It forces the Ts to just have to do it almost every round since. And because they don't have an infinite amount of money on the Dignitas side, they need those grenades later on when it comes to the afterplant scenario. So it really makes a difference. It's not just, you know, for the fun of it. It actually has an impact on the game later on. But at least Dignitas have cleared out this part of the map, and you can tell they sort of want to rotate back to the B-bomb side. That might not be such a bad idea. Pronax and Electro are holding really far back. Especially Pronax is going to have a hard time helping out once the smoke starts to land. Actually, are they just going in naked through the monster? Yeah, they're not even signaling this. Man, this is going to be quick.
Yeah, they're looking for that explosive play. Rubino with the mollies. They cleared out 2 positions so far. Pronax holding passive by CT, but this is all on Electro, I feel. And he does get Tensky for free. Does he get shot in the back, though? And yes, he does. Rubino and Croman teaming up, and Jacob taking the fight to him. No time wasted. That was explosive from Team Dignitas, and that's exactly what they needed to do here. They're so good at getting the bomb planted, Anders. They just keep getting plants round after round here. So that Dignitas, they have that going for them.
It's a really, really good call. If you are on the B-bomb side, on the CT side, then what you really want is for them to stand far back and throw grenades. So you can look in the sky and say, oh, hey guys, they're coming B. Let's everyone get ready. Then you throw out some counter grenades and slow them down. And then, you know, by the time they actually attack, your teammates will be there and it's all good. But because they went so slow through the mud tunnel without any flashbangs or anything, by the time Godsent were on the radio saying, I think it's, oh shit, it's B. You know, like, it's so quick that you can't even do anything about it. It's actually really hard to play against. And that's also a setup. It's not a problem. It's just a risk that you take when you're holding that far back. Imagine if you were further up and you were sort of, you know, looking through the monster tunnel a little bit. People play on that B ramp quite a lot. We saw Tensky do that all the time in the first half. If you're there, then you see it coming and you can actually inform your teammates. But I'm not saying they're doing anything wrong. It's just that when those two tactics collide, it really is unfortunate for the CT side. So 28th round is coming up here, and Again, you said it. It's just the flavor of the day, I guess.
They're following the memo, man, to the letter.
Yeah.
This is it. We're going to get a 30-rounder here.
I mean, this is the best thing you could possibly want, I think. In terms of, the whole point of having a qualifier is surely to determine, you know, which teams are the best to make it to the main event. And they are really being tested hard, all of them right now in the first 4 games. So that's really interesting. And it
sucks for Lekro. Looked like he had that shot.
Yeah. And he's been really lethal with the deal. I think the first time we saw him have like a real breakthrough game was what, DreamHack Masters Malmo, when he really did a fantastic job. So
he was scary.
Yeah.
It's the FPL, you know, all that FPL.
The FPL.
All that FPL. But, I mean, that's where they found him, and he's certainly been doing work ever since. Rubino, though, with the headshot. That's right. They're after his lucky charms. And Disco Doppelin, he's still got that AWP. Where is he actually posted up with it, though? He is on the A side. But Rubino's killed 2 players from over on the B side. Lekro will eventually find a kill on Jacob, and it looks like they will be the rotation over towards that B site now for Dignitas.
Very hard for them to do anything about it. Smoke should be landing here in front of Disco Dublin's face any second now. There's no reason why they'd push in without it. They do have one on Croman, so surely someone can throw that in. Instead, it's going to be on the bomb side. So he actually has an opening here. Fox goes down as well, and now it's a 2-1-2. The bomb is down, yes, but what is happening here? Godsent being allowed to get back into this round, and Lekro, he's already got a double kill. He's looking for a bit more. They don't have a... Oh, they actually have a kit on Disco Dublin, though he can't really easily get it to the site. You can see some trouble here. Lekro going down. Flashbang. His own as well, right in his face, and Croman ends up with a double kill. That was way too close. That could have gone horribly for Dignitas.
You know that subreddit called Hold My Beer?
Yes.
I feel like that's Disco just had a Hold My Beer moment.
Yeah.
He's like, check this out, guys. It's going to be super sick. I'm going to flash him with it. All of a sudden.
Someone be sure and film it. We can put it on the internet later. It'll be hilarious.
We just got to tell him nobody saw that. Nobody saw it. He's going to be like, but how did you know then? Yeah, nice hold from Croman as well. Gets the man on short.
He just dodges it so effortlessly as well. He's like, oh, it's a cute little flashback you got there.
Another kill for me. Croman had a pretty slow first half as well, so he's going to be feeling good about getting some kills here.
He's making up for it. Pretty much on par with the rest of his team at this point, so that's good news. And Tensky's making up for it. I mean, when you start out the match having like 0 kills in the first 5 or 6 rounds, you end up at 13, still at bottom of the scoreboard right now, but that doesn't really matter. He's like almost tied up with the rest, so that's perfectly fine. 14-14. We are very near the edge, but Godsent at least have money to buy. Dignitas going for what seems like a B execute. Running through the tunnel, being sprayed down by Pronax. 3 big kills coming in, and that should pretty much seal it. Tensky and Fox, they're just wondering how did it go so badly. A quad kill for Pronax here. What a champion, and just the perfect timing. Up to 23.
And he even gave us the smile. See, I mean, the spray down is good and all, but the smile is what I'm after there. Warms your heart.
Classic cheeky Pronax grin.
That grin. That's man, how about a kick in the pants for Dignitas, man? It's like, you know what, guys? We haven't done a B rush, so let's just do it and see. Maybe we'll catch him out of position. Pronax is just like, actually, I'm going to be in the perfect spot to hard counter you. Not flashed, M4A4, 30 bullets.
And that was the position that we just talked about earlier, that, you know, instead of holding far back, like he was earlier when he was way, way back towards the wall, now a little bit further up, and the timing was just very good. Tensky moving in, he gets shot down by Twist. And they realize there's a couple of people behind them here. Croman almost flashed to death then, but he actually picks up a double kill in return. That is just madness.
Yeah.
Why is this happening?
Snyder getting caught with a grenade in his hand.
Who actually threw that flashbang? Was that Croman's teammate? I really wish we could see that again, because I don't think anyone from Godsent was throwing any grenades there, unless it was from the A-bomb side. So maybe he got team flashed and almost died, and then got a double kill anyway. Lekro with the refrag. That's the bomb down on Fox. And as we sort of talked about Fox and his ability to get kills in the second half with the AWP, he's really been zoned out a lot. Disco Dublin sees a shoulder and takes down Croman instead, and Lekro with a headshot on Jacob. Man, Team Dignitas, they brought it so close, but it's not enough. Disco Dublin to close out the game 16-14 in favor of Godsent. And with Lecco actually top fragging at 26 kills. What a game that was.
What a game, Anders. That is it. Again, the 30 rounds. It's pretty much all according to the rules here. That's what needs to happen.
Yes.
But that was impressive. And for them to keep it cool towards the end there in the last round.